Hi there, fight fans. My name is Kian Lang, and I'm very happy to say that I'm today joined by PFL lightweight Darragh Kelly. Darragh, thank you very much for joining me today, bro. How are we doing today, man?
Aye, all good, man. Enjoying the wee period now of learning without having to show up and just enjoying the training.
I mean, how has life been since the fight? Did you have any time off this time? Because it feels like you're one of those guys that's just straight back to work, straight back in the gym.
Aye, unfortunately, I have to go straight back in the gym, otherwise I go mad. The week after, I just done cardio and weights, and then I got back into it properly this week. So, aye, all good, enjoying it.
And I mean, looking back at the camp that you had for this fight, of course, you had yet another opponent change, which, unfortunately has been the story for the last couple of fights.
hmm
How was it managing that and the camp as a whole for this fight?
Well, I think because of last time, I think I had five opponents last time. And maybe that threw me off a wee bit as well. But I suppose it's all experience, and it didn't bother me as much this time. But this time round, I still had four opponents. It wasn't two, it was four again. So, but I was just happy when I got him to agree to fight. So
I mean, it's amazing that you're still able to perform at the levels you're performing at, considering that I don't think there's many guys that could. And do you think a lot of that is just down to the work that you're putting in with SPG and, the whole team of guys that you've got over there?
well, it's the work we're putting in, but as you said, it's the team as well. I have my coaches who look at them, and although you can't do much on 2 weeks' notice, they still give me a good breakdown of your man's style and things like that. So I felt pretty confident knowing what he was going to do going in.
And I mean, looking at the opponent, this is the first time I've got it written down because his name's a nightmare. I think it's Bakhtiar Abdullayev, I
Yeah,
think is how you pronounce it.
I think
I
that's a
mean,
good
going into
attempt.
that fight, man, he's 10-1 going into this fight.
hmm
Obviously from Tajikistan, known as this great explosive striker, and you went out there and pretty much dominated from start to finish, getting the finish in the first round. I mean,
hmm
having had a chance to watch it back, how happy were you with the performance that night?
Yeah, I was delighted. In and out. We watched a lot of tape on him fight week, just to see his tendencies and what he usually goes to, and a lot of flashy spinning kicks, flying knees. But we did see that he would I thought we would wear him down in the first round, and then start to take over in the second. Because I seen he fades. He did fade a lot in his previous fights. He'd be very explosive in the first round and go downhill then. But happy to go in and get the job done. 2.5 minutes in and out.
I mean, to me, it was pretty apparent that once you hit that sweep and you ended up on top, you landed a big right hand straight away,
Mm-hmm.
and that seemed to really affect him, like way more than it you kind of would have thought from the first shot. He sort of shelled up, and from there the finish opened up. Did you feel that the second that right hand that opened, it's kind of like the finish could be on here?
Yeah, for sure. Whatever way, it wasn't a massive shot, but whatever way it hit him, it definitely hurt him. And I could feel his body language then wasn't the same. It was kind of it was just kind of a question of how long he was going to last after that, I think. And I didn't want to waste too much energy, but I think if I had just threw more shots there, I could have finished him on the spot. But the choke presented itself then. So
I think it was one of them where he kind of picked which way he was going to go out. It felt like, and
yeah.
and obviously looking at that performance and the win, I mean, he was 10-1 going into that fight.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, that's a legit incredible opponent, and yet another incredible record that you've taken on and beaten with ease. I mean, does it just speak to the level that you're at right now and the standard of fighter that you're ready to take on and beat?
Yeah, I think and especially in the last maybe year and a half, I've progressed a lot. I changed my approach to training, more fight specific. For maybe 2, maybe even 3 years before that, I don't think I improved at all. I went too far down the one avenue, and I knew myself I needed to make changes and I needed to find ways to improve again. And luckily now it's all come together. As I said, lots of changes made, and it gives you a bit of life too about your training. You're excited to go and train. I can feel the improvements every few months. So I think another year now of being dialed in and just focusing on improving and keeping my training very specific and doing it right. I think I can keep improving at the same rate.
I mean, you can definitely see it every time you're in the cage, man. The level you're going up is pretty crazy to see fight to fight. And I mean, looking to the next one now, is there a name that you have in mind? Maybe the tournament, maybe getting towards the belt in the PFL, or is it sort of just see who they give you?
Well, I would like Jacob Kazuba. I was meant to fight him. When was it last? I was meant to fight him in Saudi Arabia, and they changed the fight then to Kansas. And I can't remember the reason he pulled out, but I think maybe he might have been too heavy or something. They pulled the fight forward 2 weeks, and then he pulled out. So what's he 16-0, and he's undefeated at amateur as well, 20 something fight streak. I think I could beat him. You know, I think that's a big fight to make.
I mean, I couldn't really pick one better myself. That's
Hmm.
You're two of the only guys I can think that are undefeated, amateur and professional. So
I think stylistically, I'd have his number.
I'm pretty inclined to agree as well. To be fair, I mean, and looking now as well on the landscape of MMA in Ireland,
Hmm.
I really wanted to ask you about it, man, because it's just, I mean, of course, Irish MMA has always been associated with Conor McGregor, for better or for worse. People have always just associated with him.
Hmm.
Whereas you look now, you've got yourself, Paul Hughes, Will Fleury, who's just a monster, Dennis Frimpong, Richie Smullen. The list just goes on and on and on. I mean, how exciting is it to be a part of this sort of golden generation, it feels like to me, of Irish MMA?
Yeah, there's endless amount of names you could pick out here, but definitely now in the next few years, I think there's going to be a lot more coming through as well. So you just got to do your best, I suppose, to be one of the big names in that category. But I think there's going to be a lot of boys coming through. Like it's definitely an exciting time, and 1, 2, 3 years, I think Irish MMA will be stronger than ever.
And does that sort of give you a bit more, even more motivation to try and get a card in Ireland, maybe on the PFL, and get them back over here?
Oh, for sure, it'd be brilliant. Um, I don't know if they'll do Dublin again, but even if I get on a Paul Hughes card in Belfast, I live an hour and a half, 2 hours max from Belfast. I would imagine you get fucking 300-400 people down like from home, So I'd like to fight in Belfast. I think that'll be massive.
Man, that would be incredible to see. And I wanted to ask as well, I see a lot of the time that you like to go over to Thailand and do
Hmm.
some trips over there. Have you got anything scheduled in the line to get back over there after this one?
Yeah, well, like I was talking to my coach this week, and I was just pushing to see if there was any chance I could get in the Leon card in December. I don't think that's very likely. So if not, I'll probably go to Thailand now on first, second week in November until Christmas. Yeah, I like to get over there, and it refreshes everything, gives you a new outlook, and I like to change every now and again the scenery. Keep things fresh. So I'll go over there and finish the year.
I mean, it's got to be incredible to experience a culture like that. I mean, the training that those guys do
Hmm.
over there is pretty insane. What's it like getting those reps in?
It's completely different over there, and my wee brother, he was over with me last time too, so he'll go as well. And even outside of the training, the culture over there, like it's just a brilliant place to go. It's like a fighter's paradise. That's what I always say. There's people from all over the world, endless amount of gyms, and the place is it's a beautiful place. So there's no better spot to go to reset.
No doubt, man. And for yourself, how did you find MMA as a sport in the beginning? Like, how did you get into this sport? I know it was quite late when you found it.
Mm. Well, as I said, I was big into football when I was younger until about 15 or 16, and then I stopped playing and didn't do any sports for a couple of years. And I was getting in a lot of fights wherever it would be, and I, my family was big into MMA, like as fans. So, and I was loving it, watching it. So I thought, fuck it, I'll give it a go as well.
And when you were getting into it, watching it in the early years, were there any fights that stuck out, or styles of fighters that stuck out to you?
Well, I got asked this before. It's just funny, all the fighters that I liked were knockout artists and strikers, and then I think I got into the grappling now, the complete opposite style, because the gym that I joined was jiu-jitsu gym, Helium Gracie. So, you know, in my head, I was gonna be a knockout artist, and maybe we'll turn it around someday. But
I mean, it feels like the striking's coming on, man. It feels like a matter of time before those big knockouts are going to start coming as well. And it's kind of crazy to me that you started at 18 and you look now, it's only what 9 years on from then, and the level you're at. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people that if they see this or whatever, they might be in a similar position. What would you say to those people that are thinking of starting and maybe, thinking they're too old or whatever?
Yeah, well, like I went into it really thinking I was too old, so I just went at it from day one as training 2, 3 times every day. I was treating it like playing catch up, and I think that's the mentality you have to have. Like, um, it's not an easy thing to pursue for sure. So if you're getting into it, you have to be all in. Like, and it's at the end of the day, MMA is a risky game. Like, you might leave with nothing. So understand what you're getting into as well, but go for it.
No doubt, man. Well, I can't thank you enough for your time today, bro. It's been a pleasure to speak to you, and I can't wait to see you back out there. Hopefully, it's Leon, but if not, then early next year. Can't wait for it, man.
Yeah, nice one, man. Thank you.